You're listening to the Ripple Podcast. We joke and laugh a lot, but the content itself is serious, sometimes scary, graphic, and always true. This podcast is meant for mature audiences and includes subject matter and language that is not suitable for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor. Ripple.
It's our first episode of 2021.
Don't get your hopes up. It's the same old shit.
It's not looking real good.
It's not.
There's some crazy shit in the world going on
That we're not going to talk about.
Nope, because we don't talk about that on this show. It's just crazy. We will acknowledge and move on.
We don't even have to acknowledge.
There's stuff.
Let's have a drink.
So, cheers to 2021.
Cheers.
I made this
Angela.
drink for you. I'm Rosa, and we're cheersing. And this is the Ripple Podcast, where we drink and talk about strange and unusual things.
Cheersing?
What did I say? Cheersing.
Cheersing.
We're cheersing? We're cheersing.
Toasting.
No, we're cheersing.
I've never heard anybody say cheersing before.
Did I make that up?
I think so. I think you made that up.
I'm going to copyright it.
Okay.
Cheersing. Let's cheers. Cheersing.
What am I drinking?
Tequila, grenadine, club soda, and orange juice.
Oh, okay.
It's yummy.
What is it and why?
Well, in today's story, we're going to be going to Arizona
Oh, okay.
and a little bit of tequila areas.
A little bit of tequila areas.
Where tequila is very prevalent.
So we're talking about places where tequila's made.
Yeah.
Grown.
Where they have agaves. Oh my gosh. Did you see the picture of my agave?
Uh-huh.
It's
Swelling.
getting big.
It is. It's going to die soon.
I know, I'm really sad. It's a blue glow agave. It's a very special agave.
Why is it so special?
They're very rare.
Oh, well,
But it has
they're
pups.
going to be even more rare pretty soon.
It has little pups. So I'll have some more. But I'll post a picture on our Ripple Pod page.
I'm sure everybody will be just on the edge of their seat waiting for that.
Wait till you see my agave. It's fantastic. Do you have anything you want to tell me?
Not really.
Really? Nothing. Not one single little thing.
Am I forgetting something?
I don't know.
No, not really.
You're so boring.
I know. I really am.
What's wrong with you?
I feel like this entire week has flown by and I've done nothing.
You've worked
Yeah, that's my life.
right now.
It is.
Well, you rode horses today. That's fun.
I did. That's always a good time.
But you're also in Benadryl right now.
I am, which might be contributing to my,
Lethargia.
my ever so pleasant mood.
Is lethargia a word?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm going to start making a dictionary.
How much Benadryl can you mix with tequila?
Oh, plenty.
Okay.
You're just
I'm
going
gonna
to
take your word for it.
sleep so well tonight.
Okay.
Well, would you like me to tell you a story?
I would. I am so ready for your story.
Okay.
And what was your subject?
Mysteries.
Oh, I love a good mystery.
So this is Arizona was the location and mystery is the theme.
I'm going to solve it.
Okay.
I'm putting on my detective hat. I've got my magnifying glass and I'm ready for it.
Okay, ready? Here are my sources. Unsolved Mysteries,
Yes.
Medium.com,
Oh,
NASHuproar.org,
that tells me nothing.
Mysterious Universe,
Okay.
and Season 3 of Episode 7 of Unsolved Mysteries. So, I'm going to tell you a story about a guy named David Stone.
David Stone.
He was born on March 18th, 1959,
Okay.
and he was originally from La Jolla, California.
I know that place. You mean La Jolla?
I was going to say, I wonder how many other podcasts said La Jolla.
I have heard people. So, okay, I might know this story because I know I've heard another podcast say that, and I don't remember what the story was at all.
La
But I-
Jolla or Joyla. Or
Jolla, I think.
Jolla.
La Jolla.
La Jolla, California. And in 1988, he was...
Hey, that's the year of our Lord and Savior, me.
You mean El Diablo? Black Heart? Black Soul? He was working as a very successful stock market analyst, and he's going to school at the Academy of Advertising Arts. He was super close to his family, and people described him as kind, generous, and an overachiever. Sounds just like me. He played football in high school and college, and he had a whole bunch of friends. He was passionate about this like somewhat recent discovery of the New Age movement that he had just gotten into. Do you know what that is? What the New Age movement is?
Is that like crystals and burning sage and shit?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
that's part
God.
of it.
That's a very La Jolla thing of him to do.
Jala. So like the New Age movement, it kind of encompasses like a bunch of different religious beliefs. So you can be like into Judaism or Christianity or whatever and still believe in the New Age philosophies that like promote self-awareness, enlightenment, spiritual growth. They believe in
How does that connect with crystals and burning sage?
Well, what? The New Age movement?
Yeah.
Well, because they also believe in like reincarnation, astrology, psychics, spiritual energies.
So it's just like a choose your own adventure religion. You can just like
Pick and choose what you like.
mix and match.
Mhm.
All right.
So if you like Buddha, crystals, pyramids,
And unicorns.
you're in.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, crystals, pyramids.
Believe? I'm confused. How is pyramids a religion?
Because they
Or is it like a pyramid scheme?
no. Pyramids have
They
like a
sell
lot of
young living
power.
essential oils.
No, doTERRA. That was essential oils.
Oh, okay.
You got to rub them on your skin.
Just do a couple shots of them every now and again.
Yeah, while you're standing over a pyramid.
Okay.
So one of the assignments that David had when he was in school was he was supposed to design a magazine cover for a place that they would like to visit, which I think sounds
This is in college?
well, he was in advertising.
Okay.
So I guess, if you're advertising for a travel magazine or something,
Sure.
but that sounds like a really fun assignment. Like I'd be, like if those were the kind of assignments I had to do instead of 400-page theses.
Where would you want to visit?
New Zealand, easy, done.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Probably the Michigan Triangle.
Oh, you went way off course.
Was that supposed to be a pun? Because it was pretty good.
Oh, I didn't do that on purpose at all, but that was really funny, Rosa. Good job.
Good job.
Good job, me. So David designed a cover for Sedona, Arizona. Have you been there?
I think so.
I think I have too.
It's a lot of desert, red rocks, a few cacti.
What are those cactuses called that are like men, like that stand like this? We need the camera in here.
Isn't that what like most cactuses
but
do?
they have a special name, the ones that are like this.
I don't know.
Okay, well, they have a lot of those. And Sedona, it's a really popular area for the New Age movement community to go on vision quests. So a vision quest is kind of like when you just kind of like a, what do they call that in Australia? A walkabout. So they just go for a walk and they're meditating. They're usually by themselves.
I'm assuming a lot of drugs and sweat lodges are involved. Probably some nudity.
Some peyote.
Some of those cactus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're talking?
Well, it wasn't really mentioned any drugs in here.
But
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's very known for like almost like the Burning Man type. You're out in the desert and you're wanting to get closer in touch with your inner self.
Uh-huh.
But he went out by himself.
Okay.
So, I skipped ahead, way ahead. So David also had a little history of anger and control issues. And on the night of October 28th, 1988, he let some of those issues come out. He was having a Halloween party at his like fancy apartment, and he got into an argument with one of his friends about his golf clubs. I guess like his buddy like picked up some of his golf clubs and was like swinging it around, and David got super pissed, which that's kind of sounds like a silly thing to get mad about.
Yeah, sounds like a really fun person.
Mm-hmm. So the argument got David and his friend like super heated, and David ended up attacking him to the point of where the other people at the party had to physically pull him off. And according to a friend that was at that party, it said, quote, "It was a pretty laid back party. There were about 20 of us. There were no drugs or anything like that involved." So you couldn't really put like the blame on David's outburst on being super intoxicated.
No, that he was just naturally an asshole.
Yeah, he was an angry person. So once the fight was broken up and David saw how much pain he had like inflicted on his friend, he seemed really shocked and surprised at his own actions.
Oh, that's not good. Blackout rage. Fun times.
Mm-hmm. Friends said that this kind of outburst was totally out of character for David. And then the following Monday, David wasn't at school.
So how old was he?
I think he was like around 28, 29-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So not old enough to know better, but not like in his 50s. So David had left his home in San Diego, California, and he started driving to El Paso, Texas, to be the best man at one of his friend's weddings.
Wait, what happened to being in Sedona for a vision quest?
I'm getting there.
Oh.
Hang on. Hold the phone.
Okay.
I'll come back to it.
Okay.
We'll circle back.
Okay.
So his buddy is getting married on November 3rd in El Paso. And he told some of his other friends in the apartment building that he was going to embark on a meditative journey to reflect on his recent actions on his way to El Paso for the wedding. So,
hell conversation was that?
if it was me, I'd go, hey, I'm going to stop by the desert for a couple days and then cruise up to the wedding.
Yeah. If somebody starts talking to me about vision quests on the way, that's when I just like slowly walk away, grab my keys, and yeah.
So in the early hours on October 31st, my favorite day of the year, 1988, David walked into the New Mexico desert, 145 miles east of Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
Oh, I did it again. Every time I read that word, I say Tuscan. Why do I do that?
I don't know.
Because it's
maybe it is Tuscan.
No, it's Tucson. It is, but it's spelled Tuscon.
What's Tuscan?
I don't know.
Isn't there like a Tuscan chicken?
No,
yeah. Oh yeah, like. Oh God, this is bad. Like Tuscany. That's a place.
Tuscany.
It's in Italy.
Okay. Oh,
is that what people mean when they say Tuscan?
I don't know, but this is Tucson.
Okay.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I swear I'm not as stupid as I sound. Well, maybe I am. All right, so just as dawn was breaking, this farmer is driving by, and he sees David walking, and he, like, kind of took note, and he stopped for a minute to talk to him, and he's like, okay, this guy is wearing a T-shirt and shorts, but it gets, really cold in the desert, like surprisingly cold. And at that time of year, late October, it's really cold. And it was supposed to get colder as the evening gets closer. And it was also a rare kind of spot to see tourists because it was like rural. It wasn't a real touristy area. And he wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So the farmer asked if, he needed a ride, if maybe his car was broken down or something. And David declined, and he told the farmer that he was out looking for, quote, the beast.
So David was high.
He was looking for the beast.
Mm-hmm. He was high.
So, in the New Age movement, like, the beast is sometimes described as, like, the
try to justify this.
No, he's. Oh, God. It is. I looked this up. I'm getting smart. It's like this negativity in a person, like in a person's soul. You know, like I have to conquer the beast. I have to battle my demons. You've heard that before. He's battling his demons.
Yeah.
This is
kind of usually don't go out to the desert to do something like that.
Well, David did.
Okay.
Ew, David. And David's father, this guy named Harry Stone Jr., he believed that when David was referring to the beast, it was talking about the negativity in David's own personal life, kind of like the fight he had just had. Like, he was trying to get control over himself.
Okay.
And he needed to conquer that beast in order to see his future vision. We're talking New Age shit right now.
Yeah.
So as David continues his, little walkabout, there's a few other locals saw him wandering around the desert, and he was kind of like acting strange and talking to himself.
Drugs.
And he was hiking in areas like of rough terrain, and all he had with him was like a yucca walking stick. And he definitely didn't look as though he was prepared for like a strenuous hike. And those would be the last times anyone would see David.
Is this really the mystery?
Yes.
The guy got high. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about or what he was doing, and he went out into the desert and died.
You cannot be the detective anymore. I'm taking you off this case. So, after he didn't show up for the wedding and his friends and family hadn't heard from him for a few days, he was reported as missing. His family told authorities what his plans were and that he had gone on a vision quest and thought that maybe he had gotten lost and possibly needed help. So, 5 days after he left his home on November 5th, his car was found abandoned on the side of the road in a desolate stretch of New Mexico Highway 80 near Pyramid Mountain Range, 14 miles south of Road Forks, New Mexico. So,
wait, was he going to worship the pyramids?
Oh, you are getting better at your detectiveness.
Okay.
Yes. So that Pyramid Mountain Range, it's a super popular location for people to go on their vision quest because of the shape of these mountains. And I'll pull up some pictures and show you. But they're like legit, like straight up, straight down looking mountains.
I feel like I've seen these.
And they're pretty well known. They look literally like pyramids.
No, but I feel like I've seen them in my real life.
Oh.
Like I feel like maybe I've been there.
Oh. In a past life?
No, like maybe this life.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Well,
it's a possibility.
We'll have to look into that.
I don't remember.
Obviously, it left a huge impact on you.
I was probably like 12.
So full-scale search began by the Boot Heel SAR team, search and rescue team, and some of David's friends and family, including his father. There were 4 planes searching by air, and more than 40 people searched the ground on foot using ATVs, horsebacks. They brought in bloodhounds.
You've seen horsebacks.
And horses. And horses. And people on horseback. Oh, my God. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know why. That just sounded so funny to me.
Horsebacks?
I'm using horsebacks.
Horsebacks. People on horsebacks.
Okay.
They brought in
Benadryl and tequila is really hitting me right about now.
Bloodhounds were brought in to track his scent. About half a mile from where his car was left, on the very first day of searching, someone found a clue that would hopefully lead to David. So there was
a giant bag of mushrooms.
No.
Oh.
Mm-mm. It was a large pyramid made from sand and rocks all piled up. So it was like not just like a pyramid like flat on the ground. It was actually like a
three-dimensional
pyramid.
He pulled off the road and built this pyramid next to his car.
Half a mile away from his car.
And you're still trying to tell me he wasn't just high off of his freaking ass?
And around the pyramid, So on each corner of the pyramid, he placed 3 larger stones.
Okay, what's the drug where people like to stack shit? Is that meth? Is he on meth?
People on meth stack shit?
I'm pretty sure it's meth. Isn't it meth heads that just like they just like dig holes in the ground for no reason? They stay up all night. They scrub their floors.
That's crank, I thought.
I don't know.
I don't know my hard drugs. So, but the tracks around this rock pyramid that was built were still fresh, so they continued to follow them. So then the next day, the searchers found another strange message from David. About a quarter mile from where that first pyramid was found, they found another pyramid, same to the first, like with, 3-dimensional with the 3 big stones around it. But this time he left his gold Rolex watch and 2 quarters next to the pyramid.
Oh, it's like a little treasure hunt.
And then 3 miles from the second pyramid, searchers found a message written in the dirt. So this was the message. It's just numbers. And I'm going to read you the numbers, okay? It's 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 18.
Okay.
Do those numbers mean anything to you? Want them again?
Sure.
1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 18.
I don't know.
It's the beginning to the Fibonacci sequence.
Oh.
Which is commonly used by stockbrokers, which David was. What's the Fibonacci sequence?
It's like I didn't know it was used by stockbrokers.
I didn't either.
It's like a pattern that's found throughout nature, and like just about anything you look at, you could find that pattern within it. So like seashells are a really common one, or
artichokes.
Yeah, flower petals,
sunflowers.
Yeah, so it's just a natural
occurring
sequence.
So it's actually the first number is 1, and then and then you add that. So it's 1 1 equals 2, and then so you take the first number, add it to the next, and add it at. Am I explaining that?
Yeah. No, you're explaining it right.
1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 8 plus 5 equals 13. However, 8 plus 13 does not equal 18.
Oh, so he fucked up.
And he ended it with 18. So this is something that he was, knew by heart. Like, he knew the sequence. Like, it was very well known that he could just, recite it without having to actually do the math portion of it. And David should have written 21, but he put down 18. And they think that that was another message from David, possibly, because his car was found at mile marker 18, or that he wore the jersey number 18 in football. And then some, keyboard detectives think that the fact that number 18 refers to the beast, because if you add 6 plus 6 plus 6, it equals 18.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Well, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking, if you're going to write this message in the dirt, why not just write, hey, it's me, David, I need help? Why are you writing some Fibonacci sequence?
Because maybe he doesn't want help.
Oh,
maybe he wrote it for himself, or maybe he wrote it to be mysterious and, I don't know, leave some sort of legacy.
Trail.
Yeah.
So the traces of the footprints are becoming harder to follow because, the days are going on and the wind is blowing, making footprints go away. So the search dogs are brought out again, and they're actually able to follow David's scent. And they followed around, making kind of a circle to where they had been searching, and they come back to the highway where his car was found, but it had made a 13-mile kind of loop.
Oh,
and then the dogs just totally lost the scent right by the highway. And so the handlers were like, oh, this is maybe a good thing because, they all of a sudden lost the scent by highway. Maybe David hopped into somebody's car He hitchhiked out of the desert.
Makes sense.
And so that was pretty much the last of that information that they found. And so David's mom and dad are like, shoot, what else can we do to, find our son? So they go to his car and they like start searching through his car to see if they can find any more clues or information as to what he was doing or where he was going. And they find David's pocket Bible and they're like flipping through the pages, and out of it they discover a business card from a man named Tony Ballesteros.
Okay.
And it had, Tony's phone number on it. And the police call Tony and bring him in to interview him, and they question him. And this Tony guy is like, dude, I don't know who David is. I've never met him in my life.
I just sell miniature Bibles for your car.
I just sell mini car Bibles. But Tony had been in that same area, like during that same weekend with a bunch of friends. And he actually left his business card on like a mesquite tree to help his friends locate their campsite.
Oh, weird.
So he thinks that maybe one of his business cards just, got picked up by the wind, and David found it and picked it up and threw it in his Bible.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was thinking.
Oh, what were you thinking?
I was thinking that maybe David went to that campsite.
Oh, and met with them?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Tony said he had never seen him
Tony
before.
was just littering.
He was. Mm-hmm. And David was a total hippie and did not want the earth desecrated upon.
I appreciate that.
Sure. So this is the weirdest part, I thought. David's parents also found a strange note that read, and this is in David's writing, they think the word, and the word is in all caps, so capital W-O-R-D.
Okay.
They think the word is in the safe, period. 6 knives in Rob's room. Use buys your tea, and use take your chances. Halloween. That's the note.
Who's Rob? Do we know who Rob is?
We don't know who Rob is.
Yeah, I'm going to go with drugs. I'm still thinking this is drugs.
So the only thing that they could kind of make any sense out of was that kind of old saying, like, you buy your ticket and take your chances. But David wrote the word tea, like I'm drinking tea. Use buys your tea and takes, and use takes your chances. Halloween is the day that he went missing, so that may be related somehow to it. It's just super bizarre. In the New Age movement, having 6 knives in your house is something that means kind of like a regretful yet necessary rite of passage.
Okay, but this whole New Age thing, I mean, couldn't that be anything? Like,
Yeah.
couldn't I just be like, oh, 18 umbrellas, and then, like, you can, like, look up some tarot card or some, I don't know, some hippie book somewhere, and be like,
find
oh
some
my
relation
God,
to it.
umbrellas represents
An oncoming storm, and we need to prepare for,
Yeah, like, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Well, I mean, it probably is, and I think David's parents know that. But being the parents, you're looking for any clue you can to where your son went.
My clue, I mean, I would be searching for whoever he's been hanging out with beforehand. Like, is he on drugs? Because I'm thinking he's on drugs.
There was never, in all of the articles I read, in the Unsolved Mysteries show I watched, there was never any mention of drugs. And especially even at the party, that friend made a point to say, like, oh, we weren't, there wasn't drugs happening.
No drugs at my house. Don't check my apartment.
But what I think it is, well, I'll go on and then I'll give you my opinion. So according to former sheriff Deputy Bill Cavalier, he said it was the most bizarre case I ever worked on. It was just about the strangest case that ever happened around here. So you think David just was on drugs and wandered off into the desert and died?
Or he hopped into a car, was hitchhiking, and took off somewhere.
David's parents thought that maybe he did something similar to that and like joined like a new age cult or group.
Was there did he leave his wallet behind? ID, driver's license, credit cards?
I think it was all in his car.
That he left it there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he died out in the desert. That's my thought.
On February 23rd, 1992, 4 years after he disappeared, 2 hikers found David's skeletal remains in the desert near Granite Gap, New Mexico, about 5 miles from where his car had been, in an area that had been searched at the time of his disappearance. It was confirmed that the body was his, but medical examiners and police could not determine the time or cause of his death. There was no evidence of foul play, making it likely that he just died of dehydration or prolonged exposure to the elements. And this search and rescue guy, he says, we never found where he got his water. We never found any, discarded food wrappers. He says, we're not used to looking for people who don't want to be found.
Yeah.
So
I thought this was unsolved.
This was an update.
Oh.
So I that was, I guess, kind of like my ripple.
Okay.
Was the update. Because on Unsolved, he was still missing.
Huh. Well.
So want to know something kind of strange?
That's a bummer, David.
So the number 18, you know how like he wrote 18?
Yeah.
His remains were found on February 23rd, 1992. And if you add 2 for February, plus 2 plus 3 for 23, plus 9 plus 2 for 92, you get the number 18.
Up. Oh my God, that's so dumb.
The number 18 is magical.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to build some pyramids, you probably should use 18 rocks to build your pyramid.
Did he? I thought he used 3 big rocks.
Well, no, for the base, like the actual like pyramid structure should be 18.
Well, I don't know. It didn't work out too well for him. I'm not sure if I want to do that for my pyramids.
I think that David had some head trauma from playing football.
Oh, interesting. Because he had that rage thing that came out of nowhere, which is the same thing that one wrestling guy had who killed his family.
That's my guess. I didn't hear that on any of those pages I read.
That is a really good theory. I like that.
Right? Because he played in high school and in college. And I don't know what position he played, and I don't know shit about football. But I mean, pretty much everyone gets like beat on, right? And maybe not the kicker.
Maybe not the kicker. I don't know.
But that's my guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good theory. That is. I mean, it's just as good as he's a druggie theory. Not that, I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily a druggie, but he could have been on some sort of spiritual journey that involved substances that make you build fucking pyramid rocks.
Yeah, you take mushrooms and you wander into the desert and you don't have water and you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt and it's cold and it's dry and you're building shit and you leave your Rolex in 2 quarters.
Yep.
So.
How weird.
That's my story.
Well, that was a story. All right. No, that was good. I don't know. That's just like...
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Ooh, that got loud. Sorry.
Who knows? I mean, maybe he wanted to build pyramids to find his way. Well, I don't know. That's weird. I was going to say, like, breadcrumbs, but...
No. Then you write a note in the sand that says, go back this way to your car. Not the Fibonacci sequence. And do it wrong.
Oh, man. Maybe he didn't want anybody else to find his car. I don't know.
Do you have a last thought and a shot for me?
Yes. All right. Last thought and a shot.
Sing
Ready
it.
for it? No, you have to sing to me.
Last thought and a shot.
Okay, I regret asking. Okay. So let me tell you about a real Arizona mystery, and I think this deserves
because mine wasn't real because it was fake.
No, it was solved.
Oh,
well, kind of. I mean, we knew he died out there.
Yeah, but we don't know why he went.
Well, I mean,
it's a mystery. Damn it.
Okay. But in your research, did you find out anything about the Phoenix Lights? Or do you know anything about the Phoenix Lights?
Is it like the Northern Lights?
No, it's not.
Then nope.
Okay. Well, the Phoenix Lights are known as the most famous UFO sighting in the world. Captured.
I saw UFOs.
I know, and that's what this looks like. So it captured the world's attention in 1997. Every year, new witnesses come forward to tell the story that kept to themselves. Why did they keep it to themselves? Sorry, I'm just reading this article. But every year, new witnesses come forward to tell the story they kept to themselves all of those years. One man who still wants to remain anonymous. Why?
I would tell everybody. I tell everybody.
Maybe he's afraid of the men in black. He told CBS 5 News that he was working on his roof air conditioning around 8 p.m. that evening when he saw it. He said he never told anyone outside of his family until this year. There are only 4 known videos that capture what happened in the sky over Phoenix that night. Each one shows a slightly different view of a series of lights out west. They blink on and on for a few minutes and then they disappear.
And this happens frequently, or it happened like this one time?
Well, I think it has. I think. I don't know. Not in this article because I haven't read the entire thing. But I think it has happened more than once. But this was like the night where so many people saw it. And people
saw the same thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like and looks like exactly what you saw.
I saw
Look at
freaking...
this.
I saw freaking... Yes, that's what I saw.
Aliens.
That is what I saw.
2021. The year they come back.
Well, 2020, they came back because I saw them.
Well, the year they come back and make themselves known. Although at this point, I don't think anybody would pay attention.
Well, no, didn't like, I don't know, 6 months ago, they...
Yeah, the Navy, like,
admitted
some sort of UFO audio and video and stuff from some, like, fighter jet pilots. And then...
No one blinked at it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
we're all watching Tiger King.
Something in some bill that's supposed to be released in like 180 days.
Yep.
About UFOs.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to find out a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So that's my last thought in a shot.
Well, finish your shot since mine's already gone.
Oh, okay.
And while you get that, I will get the basket for you because you need to pick what you're doing next week.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Oh.
What?
Also,
What?
this is our 50th episode.
Yeah.
And our 50th episode was supposed to be released last week, and it was our listener question episode.
Right.
And we had these really great questions from
Wonderful
our listeners.
questions.
And we did the whole episode recording, and the aliens took it away.
Yeah, it's kind of on brand for us.
So episode 50 is like the lost episode.
It is the last episode. So I don't know. We might re-record it. I mean, I don't know if anybody really cares that much, or maybe just do it, or I don't know.
Let us know what you want. If you guys want us to do the episode again with just how we answered a lot of your questions, then we will. Maybe we can just like post one little clip a day on Instagram stories or something.
That sounds like way too much work. I don't know why you would ever suggest that.
You think that's more work than doing a whole episode?
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing next week?
My location is Pennsylvania.
Okay.
All right. And
Do you
now
know anything about Pennsylvania?
I went there once. Went to Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Really?
I did. And my topic is conspiracy theories.
Oh, okay. Have we done that?
I don't think we've done that since we've changed like our format.
Right, because I did Kurt Cobain.
And I did Amelia Earhart. But I think those are the only 2 we've done, right? And that's before we decided on
This
changing it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Good. Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Really? I can't wait to hear about that.
I'll tell you next time.
All right.
Some really good nut butter there.
Please bring me some Pennsylvania Intercourse nut butter next week.
Will do.
All right. Have a great week, everyone. And don't forget to be a fountain.
Not a drain.
Bye.
Bye.